Action speaks louder than words, but not nearly as often. By Mark Twain. Over this year in particular, but also over many years previously, so many good individuals have surfaced, and informed everyone about various subjects, such as the government's true faces, Illuminati or the Cabal. How they are lying to you, how they are manipulating you, if not to say brainwashing you. Facts and figures have been listed, explained, described and exposed over and over and over. So much so that in certain aspects, even the mass media and government can't hide, and need to act in an attempt to make you think it's changing, or that it did not go unnoticed. Take the situation with all the arrests of bankers and certain public figures. If it was their choice, they would have let that continue much longer, but we all have put them in such a position that they simply cannot not do anything about it, as that would really start to raise questions and provoke real revelation or revolution. When you sit and watch MTV, Chart Show TV, or any other music channel, the amount of symbolism used and put right there in your face has reached an all-time high. Even in movies, public TV, chat shows and more. Honestly, it could not be more blunt. That is the point though, it's getting you acquainted or familiarized with these symbols. The problem is that most of these symbols are completely misused, and actually promote a misguided message. It's really a rather disrespectful abuse of symbolism, when you know what they all really symbolize. In the end, the result is that when someone then actually uses these in the right way, they either become irrelevant or misinterpreted. On the topic of health and sanity, once again, full exposure of how bad all these injections, painkillers and other drugs really are, or how cancer can actually be cured, etc. It's all available if you open your eyes. Of course the same goes for lethal products and food-induced chemicals such as fluoride, chlorine, aspartame, GMO, Teflon, BPA, high fructose corn syrup, microwaves, induction cookers, so and so forth, all of which have been fully exposed with the same old responses from the governments, not denying or confirming it, all designed and deliberately fed to you, in order to keep you quiet and obedient, but most of all dumb, in the literal sense, as the chance of you seeing behind the curtain is actually much greater than you would think. The same applies to basic knowledge, such as our very own history. Again, with such undeniable truths such as, it just wasn't humans as we know, that built the pyramids and other structures, with bones and scriptures as proof and a lot more. Religion is also another one of these topics. Just to keep you submissive and indulged in everything but the real issue or the truth. We are not saying that religion is wrong, but more what has become of it and the way it is used. We will not even start on subjects like world hunger, poverty, AIDS, global warming, 9/11, aliens, hollow earth, space, sun, Mars and the moon, or just the basic fact that you are so much more than just a body. As the goal of this article is not really to focus on all this, but to urge you to go read and inform yourself on all these subjects, for the ones that don't like reading. There is thousands and thousands of movies, videos and messages on all of these subjects, but you will need to write the words into the search engines on your computers and take 5 to 10 minutes out of your schedule. Once you have realized this, woken up or just agree. Don't just tweet, Facebook, forum or YouTube comment about it. What we really want to say is, just stop. Stop consuming. You can complain, argue, swear or even fight about it all, as much as you like. As long as you consume it, you are enabling it more. Money, lack of choice or access is all not really an excuse but lazy and hypocritical, because if you want, there is a way, and there is so much more out there and available than you would think. It may be hard at the beginning, to find it or plan a new shopping route so to say. After a short while though, you will not even remember the old ways. Just think about it. What do you think would happen to a company like Coca-Cola if all of a sudden just 20% of the currently consuming population would stop buying it? Or meat? No one is saying to stop eating it. But be real about it. Do you really need to eat it every day? A cow, for example, consumes at least 10 to 20 times more a day than a human would. 36% of the world's grain harvest is used in feed livestock, animals we consume. Just imagine how many people could be fed and how cheap it would be if that crop space was used to plant healthy vegetables and crop for human consumption instead. Not to mention our famous issue of world hunger. Energy. Isn't it funny how so many nuclear reactors were turned off in Germany or Japan, for example, but there seems to be no electrical shortage at all? Magic? Imagine what would happen if all of us just started to produce our own electricity, using wind and solar, for example. What do you think would happen with the government-controlled electrical companies? And if there is a lot doing it at the same time, they would not even afford to lock them in prison for it. An example of that would be a town called Feldheim in Germany. Of course, you may not hear about something like this on CNN. Talking about media. Once again, what do you think would happen to media companies when no one watches TV anymore or buys their newspapers or reads their internet articles? Same with banks. Imagine being your own bank. All you would need to do is stop believing you have to have it all and stop consuming. Eliminate things such as credits, and only get what you can, when you have the means to do so. Just imagine the effects of that. That would expand and extend far beyond our own comprehension. All in all this and all these forces actually don't really have any power. They only have the power you give them. As long as you consume, you are giving them the energy and support them to continue this abuse. So you don't need to fight with any force or violence. All you need to do is just to stop. It's as simple as that. Stop. Stop consuming. Even though we say the wrong thing to do is nothing, in this case, doing nothing is actually doing the action of stop consuming. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. By Gandhi, inspiration exists, but it has to find us working. By Pablo Picasso. Thank you for listening. Be love. Yours, wakeupmessage.com